Good morning, everybody. If you're just a normal everyday person that enjoys playing golf, but maybe struggle a little bit on the course, have trouble even getting on the course, just trying to make time with your everyday life, this channel is probably for you. I'm going to attempt to improve my golf game while also balancing the everyday work, family, responsibilities while hitting the course as much as possible. I'd like to share my experience with everybody here and the pointers and tips and struggles and successes that I gain along the way. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested, stick around here and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So let's start off with just telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Mason. I am 36 years old and I live in central Missouri. I enjoy anything that gets me into this beautiful sunshine, golf being one of them. But I'm also an avid fisherman, hunter, hiker, just about anything I can do to get outside. I am a husband and a father of two. I love my family and they're always the number one priority for me in anything I do in life. So, obviously, having a lot of hobbies, especially golf, does make it quite difficult to try to balance it all out. I do work a full-time job as well, approximately 60 hours or so a week, if not more, sometimes less. So, trying to figure out where that all fits in is a little bit difficult at times. A little bit about my golf background. Never played professionally, never played amateur or anything like that. Started playing when I was about 9 years old. My dad took us out on a course, me and my little brother, course back in Northern California, where I grew up. A little 9-hole course, but nestled up into the foothills. Very beautiful, just huge mature oak trees everywhere. Got out there, realized within the first couple of holes of really what people enjoyed about being on a golf course, which is it's fun hanging out with my dad and my brother, some camaraderie. A challenging sport to play, but overall a great time. Tell you a little funny story about that course. Would you think this would have shunned me away? We made it through the first 3 holes, and we were behind this twosome, an older couple, probably in their late 70s, early 80s, and they were just enthralled with the fact that my dad was getting us into the sport so early, right? And getting us to enjoy it. They at one point even said, I think back on like the first or second hole, that man, it's so good. It's a sport that can stick with you for years and you can play until you're our age. So it's a good thing to get started early. And I was like, oh, that's real cool and everything. Unfortunately, at the end of the 3rd hole, we may have heard some obscenities coming from that twosome there, and the last thing I remember seeing was we were ending the 3rd hole was watching those two head for the parking lot. It was kind of a little eye-opening when I was a kid. I was going, wow, what could have happened there that made them get so mad and walk off the course? But now that I'm an adult and played many rounds of golf, and as a lot of you have probably witnessed, it is a very frustrating sport at times. There are times where it will grind you all the way down. It will break you down mentally, physically, just about everything. Well, as crazy as that sounds, it makes me sound even crazier because it makes me love it even more. There is something about the golf game that just challenges you at your core. It is you versus the course, you versus yourself. Yes, there is a physical component to it. You need to know how to do some of the mechanics, right? You need to know how the feels are. But in the end, what's going to beat you is not how much you know. It's how you think about it and how you approach it. And kind of one thing I want to address on this channel here is the need to approach this game in small increments. If you're looking at everything, if you're considering everything that's going on, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's just one of those things. It will get you. So if you're thinking about that last shank you hit, or you're thinking about that last fat ball you hit, like, If you keep thinking about those things, your swing thoughts are going to get all out of whack for the next one. And you don't want that. So in order to make sure that you don't have those thoughts or try to avoid them as much as possible, we're going to go through some stuff here. I do it, so we're going to be learning together. But there's a reason I called the channel what I called it, right? One swing at a time. Because the best approach to this whole game is just to take it one swing at a time. Forget about the swing you just took. Don't think about the next hole. Don't think about 3 holes down. Think about where you are right then and there, the shot that you need to hit, and do the best you can to hit that. And no matter how it goes, when you approach the next one, you do the same thing. Forget about the last one, think about the good thoughts, and get it done. So what are we going to be doing on this channel, right? We've already got pretty much the gist of it, but some of the things I want to tackle are what I do on a daily basis to get some practice sessions in. It's not always easy getting to the range, not always getting to the course. So what are some of the things we can do just to help get a little bit better every single day, right? If that means getting out into the yard at your house and chipping the ball around, if that means practice putting in your living room, like there's just a bunch of things that we can do. And I want to work on trying to squeeze those in as best as I can and share what I'm doing and what works for me. Also share what doesn't work. Would love some insight from you all as well on how what actually works for you. How do you make it work with your routine? The next thing we want to go over is probably the most vulnerability I will ever show, which is me on the golf course. I want to share my experiences as I'm on the course and playing my rounds. I would like to show you when I do really well and I hit the shot, just have that great contact, that beautiful little fade in, land on the green, set me up for a nice birdie putt. Sounds awesome. Doesn't happen a whole lot right now. We have some work to do, but I will also share you all the bad as well. The shank shots, the pulled shots, the push shots, the slices, you name it, we're going to share it here and we're going to learn together. I'd also like to share some of the experiences from PGA professionals, whether that be virtual or going out to one of the local professionals around where I live and getting their insight, maybe doing a lesson or two for myself that I'll record for everybody to see. Maybe there's some things there you guys can take home with you. One of the next things I want to talk about is equipment, what I have in my bag, what I personally use, things that I want. A lot of times we think, if we just get that new driver, it's going to fix everything. Helps sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. So we're going to go through a bunch of equipment, technology, things like that. Maybe show you some new gadgets that are out on the market and give you my honest feedback. It's the one thing I can always guarantee you here. No matter how big this channel gets or how far we go, in the end, I will give you my 100% honest feedback. There's nothing that's going to pay me to say anything else. If I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you exactly what I don't like about it. Well, that kind of sums up what we're going to do here. It is not always the easiest thing to get on the golf course, right? And not all of us are PGA professionals. We don't just get it right every time. So I am, transparently, and I'll post a picture here and everything, but I have a 27 handicap, maybe a little lower now. I don't know. I shot a bit around the other day. So I have a lot of improvement to make, and the goal here is to get down to single digits, right? That's what this is going to be all about. Well, now you have kind of a summary of what I'm trying to do here and the journey that I want to take. To sum it all up, it's pretty simple. I am right now a 27 handicap. I am striving to get down to single digits. That could happen in a year, that could happen in 2 years, that could happen never. It's very hard to tell. But I really want you all to come along with me and enjoy the journey and share some experiences, both sides. Share with me what you guys have been doing and how you're progressing through your goals. And I'll show you how I'm doing and what's working and what's not working. And hopefully together we can keep that number going down and we just take it one swing at a time. Thanks all. Appreciate you joining, listening to the content. Once again, my name is Mason, and talk to you next time.